criminal reform, justice reform.
Presidential historians Doug Weed and Craig Shirley joining me now. Gentlemen, can President Biden just decide to change his narrative and think nobody's going to remember what he's been saying for months? What's that all about? Let me start with you, Doug.
Well, he's done it again and again and again. I mean, he flat out said there was no vaccine when I became president, and he gets away with it because the national media are whores of the Democratic Party. It's shameless. I would be bored. I can't imagine how you would put your integrity and your curiosity in the freezer and just go into complete automated mode of repeating what your master tells you have to repeat. It's not just intellectually dishonest. It's absolutely boring. But nevertheless, they're doing it, and they're doing it with this issue as they have with other issues before this one.
Yeah, and Craig, here's the thing. Okay, so politicians, they're liars. Let's just call it what they're liars on both sides of the aisle. They lie, but and then they'll send their people out to continue their lies. So even if they're flip-flopping from something they have been saying for the better part of a year and a half, they flip-flop, and then they send their people out, Jen Psaki and other comms people. But here's the difference with the Democrats. Democrats have the media, and the media backs them up. They don't hold them accountable. Isn't this what's going on right now with Biden?
Yes, exactly what's going on with Biden. Biden screws up all the time, and then his staff goes out and the national media goes out and they clean up after him. I'm wondering what the millions of Democrats around the country think when Joe Biden says, "I am the Democratic Party." He sounds like a French leader, a French royalty, back in the 16th century. He's not the Democratic Party. He is the leader of the Democratic Party, might be, but there's lots of Democrats who are saying defund the police. AOL and many AOC and many others are saying let's defund the police. It is a hard and fast truth. The Democratic Party wants to defund the police. He can't get away with that, no matter how many times he protests it.
Ilhan Omar, on a megaphone, said defund the police. She made no qualms about it. She didn't say, like, cut back their funding, just completely defund the police completely. Rashida Tlaib in Michigan has said it. Ayanna Pressley, the squad, has said it. And Biden is saying now he's the Democrat Party. They would beg to differ. Hold on, guys, 1 second. I want to just play this because this is what we're doing. We hold people accountable. Take a listen from the debates, Trump versus Biden. At one point, take a listen.
He doesn't have any law support. He has no law enforcement
support. That's not true.
Almost nothing.
Look.
Oh, really? Who do you have? Name one group that supports you. Name one group that came out and supported you. Go ahead. Think. We have time.
We don't have time to do anything.
Think about it. Name one law enforcement group that came out and supported you.
And the bottom line, Doug, is that they figured it out. They ran on this. The Democrats ran on this. Biden ran on this in 2020 on defunding the police, and there was systemic racism in police departments across the country. And then when they found out it wasn't very popular, and they risked losing the House in 22 and maybe the presidency in 24, they're backtracking. It was a Democrat bumper sticker at one point, was it not?
Whatever you have to do to win. But again, what is galling, what is absolutely a stretch, is how the national media has given up their manhood. They don't exist as free thinkers. Can you imagine what a boring life that is? They pursue none of the leads, none of the stories.
Let me help you out here, Doug. Let me help you out here. When you said they're giving up their, I think you meant their personhood, because we don't want the woke mob to come after you for saying manhood. Let's call it personhood, just to be safe here.
Can I help here?
That's the way we roll.
I think what Doug meant to say is that the White House press corps acts like a bunch of trained SEALs.
There you go. There you go. Guys, before I let you go, and very quickly, if you don't mind, there was a ruling came down today to let Tom Barrett out of jail. And this guy's been, he was indicted. He worked with Trump, the Trump re-election campaign. They let him out of jail. Get this, Tom Barrett, former Trump inaugural chair, $250 million bond. Craig, have you ever heard of a bond this high for anyone, including murderers?
No, that was probably more than the cost of the inaugural itself. Though that's a type of a Sirica move, which is to punish the hell out of your political opponents and using the law to do it, using the law illicitly to do it. Is that I hope this man wins his case, and I hope he throws it right back in the judge's face. This is the law being used, government being used against Republicans, against conservatives is outrageous. Right. It's going to ruin the rule of law in this country.
Yeah, unbelievable. We got to leave it right there, guys. Doug Weed, Craig Shirley, thank you both. Always good having you on. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. Take care.
All right, former President.